this video, we'll cover how to use Scheduler within project content. On a high level, you can expect this video to cover a schedule's building blocks, viewing content, scheduling new content, how to modify existing content, and then some more advanced features. If you're coming from templates, select Scheduler, and then Schedule My Sign. A schedule's building blocks. Cards versus playlists. A card is a single piece of content that you can apply a start and end date to. A playlist is a group of cards, where the cards are the child and the playlist is the parent. This can be used to group content together, say for an event, or a way to help organize content. Viewing scheduled content. So a very quick way to see what you have running. You can use the expand or collapse function, and then within the list, you can see tags based on scheduling status. So future and expired are not playing. There's also a paused feature. Any grayed out content piece will not play. For a more detailed view of a card, just select it. We can also use this preview button on the top to see a detailed view of everything that's playing on the sign. So first note, we're looking at the range of playback between 2 and 2:30 p.m. You can change this time to preview in the future if you need. Then you have two options, Can Play, Currently Playing. Can Play is an overview of currently scheduled content within the selected 30-minute window. You can use the arrows to progress through the 30-minute period, and you'll see that preview will change, in this case 10 seconds at a time. Right now, it's only showing 2 pieces of content because it's showing a condensed preview. Within the Currently Playing tab, this is more of an exhaustive view of what will play. And it may show duplicates of ads in order to demonstrate how frequency weight affects playback. More on frequency a little bit later. Now that we're aware of what is currently scheduled, let's go ahead and add a new piece of content. So on the right, we can use the plus button to add a single card or a group of contents as a playlist. From here, we'll enter a playlist name, select which sign the content is playing on, set the basic start and end date, use the arrow for advanced options, add which content pieces will be within this playlist. If you forgot to upload a file, you can upload a new one once you're selecting a file using the upload button. A similar upload function is also found in the Files section. As we scroll down, there's more optional settings, like frequency weight and playback activity. A shortcut to note, cards added to a new playlist will copy dates from the playlist. Up to this point, we've added new content. You can also change what's within a card or playlist. Select on the name, and then from here, we'll select the card. And then on the right, we can swap this content, browse for the file we like. Happy with that? We can hit Submit. If we need to, we can also adjust the sign location that this is scheduled to. Details about link content is here. And then we can also change the date or scheduling details. One thing to note here, date changes to the playlist will only copy to newly added cards. So existing content will not be affected, but if you add a new piece, you will note the green pieces are newly added and will change with the master playlist. Now we'll take a look at advanced scheduling options. These are accessed using the arrow on the right. Here we can see daily playtime. This is a basic time range for playback. It repeats every day. So you could have a morning message, and once we click off, we will see this updates in our preview as well. Within Scheduler, you may note a blue eye or information button. You can always click this for tips or to view more details of a nearby feature. Jumping back to some of our advanced scheduling options, first and last dates. Now for one of the most useful settings for advanced-based scheduling. You can manage a partial day event all within a single playlist. Let's say we have an event that plays from January 1 to February 7, and it plays all day. And our event doesn't start until 6 p.m. on the first day. Then it plays all day. On the last day, our event ends at 11 a.m. Now, with first and last dates, you can schedule your event simply within one single playlist. Jumping back to some of our advanced scheduling options, here at the bottom we have some repeating rules and playback exceptions. By default there is no specific repeating, but if you like you can select certain days of the week and even customize those times. There's also some other repeating frequencies. And then there's some exceptions that you can add. Maybe you'd like an ad to stop during a lunch promotion. You can add that here. Here you can add a date that you'd like playback to be skipped on. For example, Christmas Day. Play on an additional day. A quick way to add a date without creating an entirely new playlist. Once you're done making changes, just click off and hit submit. That's it. That's all the advanced options. Now you're ready to schedule anything you like. Next, advanced playback options. Here we'll enter into a playlist, and as we scroll down we'll see frequency weight and then the playback activity section. First up, paused content. Pausing is a simple way to turn off content without deleting a playlist. Once submitted, a paused notification will show on the card or playlist until it's enabled again. Playback activity. Sequential versus shuffled, and play one versus play all. These settings at the bottom are controlling how playback is managed when you have multiple files in a playlist. Here is a quick example of sequential versus shuffled. Sequential will follow the order descending, and shuffled will ignore the order and play at random. Here is an example demonstrating the difference between play one and play all. Play one will show one ad and then play through everything else, whereas play all will go through all content pieces before showing other content on the side. You may note play all looks like it's playing more frequently because it's going through all content pieces each time playback reaches that list. No matter which one you select, all content cards will play. It's just a question of whether one will play each time or all will play each time. Frequency. Frequency is a slider control to tell the software how important a piece of content is. By default, every content piece has the same frequency weight and will play at the same amount. This weight only applies when the content is actively playing. If a card or playlist is changed to a higher frequency weight than other pieces, it will play more often than other content pieces. Inversely, if a content piece has a lower frequency weight than other pieces, it will play less. You can run your sign without ever touching frequency if you like, but it can become a helpful tool to manage a bunch of scheduled content. You can view this for a single card by clicking on it. Playlists can also have frequency. However, cards within a playlist will inherit the parent's playlist frequency, so they will not have their own frequency setting. You can easily view and edit all scheduled items from the frequency view. This tool also explains why there is a detailed playback option within the Sign preview. The Currently Playing tab may show duplicate content pieces in order to demonstrate the effects of increased or decreased frequency. Bumper content is a simple way to have a single content piece play every other ad. It can be added from the Sign's schedule menu. Just browse for a file and click to add. Once submitted, a special card will show at the top. Bumper content will play until paused or deleted. Next, default content. This is a safeguard tool if you accidentally forget to update your sign. Normally, this would result in a black sign, but with default content, a pre-selected piece will show instead. To simulate this, I'll delete all current content. And there, default content shows. This will remain until we add a new piece of content. And by default, this will show as an American flag, but you can customize it if you like. Select the three-dot menu, and you're brought to the sign settings. Scroll down and customize it however you like. Use a preset or choose your own piece. You've made it through! You know the scheduling building blocks, are aware of what's playing on your sign, can add something new, modify what's already there, and if you've made it this far, you're pretty much a pro. If you feel differently, however, check out the other videos on the scheduler software, or even Presto templates. You can get some nice content that way. At Project Content, we're always looking to improve Scheduler, so the next update is full of improvements and is just around the corner. That's it. See you in the next one.